my $33,000 stock market portfolio. So I'm going to show you exactly what I own in my stock market portfolio. So in my TFSA and Questrade, I've got a total Canadian equity of 6,244. Now, if you look at the positions, what I own exactly. So I've got my Ford shares that I bought at 10.95. It dropped yesterday below that. Even I think it reached 10.75. Probably sell at around 12. And while I'm waiting, I'll be collecting a good 5% dividends per year. But it's probably not going to take a year before I sell this stock. Got H&R Block. I've got H&R Block that I bought at 23.25. It closed at $24 today or yesterday, giving me a small 3% profit. Let's see what it's trading at pre-market. So it's at 24.20 pre-market right now. Got Procter & Gamble that I bought at 74, closed yesterday at 79.53, giving me a 7% profit. But because I only put in $444, which I regret doing, dollar wise, it's only a $33 profit. So I can't sell right now because I'd be losing a good chunk of the profit would be going into fees. $10, $5 to buy and $5 to sell, so $10. I've also got Starbucks that I bought at 51. I think it went all the way down to 48, 47. I was going to buy some more at 45, but it didn't go that low, and now it started to go back up. It's at 50.94 right now. Got AT&T that I bought at 32, and it closed yesterday at 31.9. So out of these stocks, I would recommend buying right now at the current price would be Ford and AT&T. So these are two stocks from the ones I own right now that I would recommend buying at their current price. So as you can see, my buying power for the TFSA is 79.33. I don't have any buy orders, so I've got no room to buy anything under my TFSA unless I sell something. If we look at my RSP, I've got American Airlines that I bought at 37. It went all the way up to 39, but then dropped again to 36, even 35. Now it's back up to 37.28. So this one I'm holding until I can make at least 10%. Got the Dividend 15 Split Corp, which is a mutual fund that pays very high dividends, although the dividends are suspended right now. I bought this a little bit too high at 6.69. Last week it was trading close to 5.15. I missed out on it again. I put an order at 5.15, but it was too late. It had already started to go up, and right now it's at 6.24. So if I had bought it at 5.15, or if I had bought some more at 5.15, I could have made 21%. I would have been up already 21% in less than a week. So I regret missing out on that, but at least it's going back up. Hopefully it starts to pay dividends soon. I also bought some Ford options. So I bought 4 contracts at $1.50. I think yesterday, after buying it at $1.50, it reached $1.60. So I made like 10% in the same day, but I didn't sell, of course. So this one is something I'm looking to sell at around $2. So giving me a 33% profit times the $600 that I have in. So what's my book value? Yeah, $600. So I'll be making $200 on $600. I got L Brands that I bought at 31.35 last week. Closed yesterday at 32.02. So this was a stock that I was looking at a while back when it dropped all the way to 30. I missed out on it, and then it went all the way back up to 37. And then last week it dropped hard again to 31, as you can see. So I made sure not to miss out on it again. So I bought some, and now hopefully it continues to go. Hopefully it goes back up. And while I'm waiting for it to reach a certain price, I'm collecting dividends. I think right now it's paying like almost 7% dividends per year at the 31 price range. I've got WestJet Airlines that I bought twice, once at 20 and then another time at 17.50. So it gave me an average price of 18.65, but it closed yesterday at 18.07. So I'm losing 3% right now. So it looks like I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer on WestJet. I got Walmart that I bought a while back at 86. Keeps going between 82 and 86. But now it looks like it's on its way up again. So it closed at 87.64 yesterday. Let's see if I have any orders to buy something. Yeah, so I made sure not to miss out on Dividend 15 Split Corp again. So I put a buy order at 5.15. the expiration good till cancel. So if it ever drops again to 5.15, it'll buy automatically. I'll just leave it there. I've got an order on Bank of Nova Scotia at 73.50. I bought some Bank of Nova Scotia at 76, but in my Investor's Edge account. Then it continued to go lower, so I wanted to buy some more. So I put an order at 73.50, but I think right now it closed at 76. So it went back up. Yeah, 76. And it pays 4 or 5% dividends per year. Yeah, 4.35% dividends. So this would be a good stock to buy, Bank of Nova Scotia. And same thing for Berkshire Hathaway. I missed out on it. So I put an order at 184 in case it drops again. So out of the stocks that I own in my RSP, the ones that I would recommend buying is obviously L Brands, Ford, American Airlines. Walmart would be a good buy if you're thinking long term. Even though you've seen it lower at 82 and 83, but even 87 is still a good buy because Walmart is gonna easily go above 100 in probably less than a year. Alright, so if we look at my Investor's Edge account, so in my RESP account, I've got Bank of Nova Scotia that I bought at 76. Here, let's look at book value. See, Investor's Edge doesn't give you the price that you bought it at. It gives you the book value, and you'll have to divide it by the number of shares you have. But I'm pretty sure I bought it at 76, and the closing price, as you can see, is 75.99. Here, let's look at intraday changes. So it looks like it's gone up a bit already, 76.19. And I've got some Enbridge that I bought at an average price of, I believe, 45. Here, let's look at book value. So 3,000 divided by 62 will give me my... So I bought it at an average price of 48. So right now it closed at 46. Yeah, actually, let's look at the intraday changes. So it's trading at 46.31 right now. But this stock, although it's been below the price that I bought it at for a very long time, almost 9 months, but I'm collecting dividends from it. And here I'll show you dividends under transaction history. Let's say last 13 months, and I just choose dividends. So here, dividends that I've been collecting from Enbridge, $31, $41, and $41. So I've collected 80 plus 30, 110. So I've collected $110 on my $3,000 investment in Enbridge in 9 months, or even a little bit less actually. So just by holding the stock, I've already made 3.6%, and I didn't sell yet. And I plan to sell when I can make at least 7 or 10%. And Bank of Nova Scotia, I bought it recently at 76. I'll probably sell in 84, 85 range and collecting dividends while I'm waiting. If we look at my TFSA under Investor's Edge, so I've got Cenovus Energy that I bought more than a year ago, that I bought at 15, and it's been trading at 9. It started to go back up again. Last week I think it reached 14.84. I was thinking of selling it at that price just to cut my losses because I've been holding it for a very long time, and I definitely regret not selling it at 14.84 and just take my $25 loss, because right now it dropped back down to 13.74. So it looks like I have to wait again. I don't like selling at a loss. I'd rather hold and wait. I've got some more Enbridge here. This one I think I bought at an average price of 46. Here, let's look. Portfolio book value. So Enbridge, I've got 4,400 divided by 95. Yeah, so I bought at an average price of 46.47. So I might be in the positive right now for Enbridge under this account. Here, let's look at intraday changes. So Enbridge is at 46.73. So yeah, I'm in the positives right now, but of course not enough to sell. So I'm gonna wait a bit more, and of course I'm collecting dividends while waiting. Let's see how much dividends I've got from Enbridge in this account. So I got 23, 48, and 63. So about 20 and 50, 70, 70 and 60, 130. So I got about $130 on my, I think it was 4,400. So about 3% in dividends that I got from Enbridge for holding it about 9 months. So if we go back to my holdings in my TFSA, so I got Hudson Bay that I bought way too high at 13.5 probably, and yeah, it's been trading at 9 for a very long time. So my really two bad choices in my TFSA is Hudson Bay that I've bought over a year ago, and Synovus that I've bought over a year ago, a little bit too high, and they don't even pay that much dividends. They pay like less than 1% dividends per year. So these were some really bad choices. Got General Electric that I also bought a bit too high at 17, but it hasn't been a year. So I bought this at 17, but it pays good dividends, and I bought Kraft Heinz at 75. Pays also good dividends, but obviously I bought them a little bit too high. And I've got my New York Mortgage Trust that I bought at around 6, which is a good price, but I only own this stock because it pays 13% dividends per year, which is my goal to make between 10 and 20% per year. So this is a stock I'll probably hold long term. Here I can show you the dividends that I've received from New York Mortgage Trust. 13 months dividends. So NYMT. I think I've had it for over a year, so I've got at least, but I can't choose a range past 13 months, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure I've had this stock for over a year. But I've got already 43, 35, 35, 68. So $181 from this stock in dividends since July 25th. July 25, 2017. I've collected $180 in dividends from an investment of how much did I put in New York Mortgage Trust? Let's look at book value. Put in $2,000. So it's not bad. $180 on $2,000. 9%. So that was my total portfolio of $33,000. I hope to grow it one day to at least $500,000. Slowly but surely. Try to make at least 10 to 20% per year. And obviously with compound interest, it'll grow faster. I'm thinking maybe 15 years. Here, if we look up, if we try to calculate the future value using a financial calculator. So if I'm starting off with 33,000 right now. Let's say I make 12% per year, and let's say I add to my portfolio. So let's say I'm able to add to my portfolio $6,000 every year, and let's say we choose 15 years. So I start off with 33,000. I make 12% per year on my whole portfolio, and I'm able to add an additional $6,000 from my savings to my stock to my portfolio, and do that consistently for 15 years. Let's see what that gives us. It'll give me a future value of $404,000. So in 15 years, if I'm able to make 12% every year and add $6,000 of my own money to my portfolio every year, at the end of 15 years, I'll have $400,000. Now let's see if I'm able to make 15% every year. I'd be at $554,000. Let's say 10%, I'd be at $328,000 after 15 years. Let's say I'm able to save more. Let's say I'm able to put, let's say $10,000 every year. At 10% every year, I'd be making, after 15 years, I'd be at $455,000. Let's say 12%, I'd be at $553,000. At 15%, I'd be at $744,000. So as you can see, it's very important to be consistent. So if you're consistent every year, making at least 10%, your money can grow fast. And once you have your 500,000, let's say, and you're making a consistent 12%, well, that's $60,000 per year in profits. And if your portfolio is under a TFSA, that $60,000 is completely tax-free. So you can actually withdraw that $60,000 and live off of it without paying any tax. So imagine getting $5,000 a month tax-free. I'm pretty sure that would make a big difference. So yeah, that's my goal really, is to grow my portfolio slowly but surely and consistently, of course, to reach at least $1 million so that any gains I make from my portfolio, I can live off tax-free. Hopefully the government doesn't change any rules about the TFSA and that it continues to exist, because it's really a great product. All right, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Any stock tips, leave them in the comments below. I think the stock market just opened 15 minutes ago. So let's look at some stocks actually before I end this video. So Netflix dropped hard. Netflix dropped 12% today. It reached a low of $344. Now this is a stock I would only consider in the $200 range. It's got great growth, of course. It missed some numbers, that's why it dropped hard. Although I don't see it's a big deal. Not a reason for it to drop so hard just because it missed a few numbers. Eventually it's gonna company that has reached this type of growth, for sure it's capable of fixing whatever it has to fix and continue to grow. So I don't understand why the stocks take a huge hit just because it missed some numbers. So regardless, Netflix dropped hard today. I would not buy because I think it's highly priced. So IQ, wouldn't say a competitor of Netflix, but same in the same business, but in China, also dropped 3% today. It's at 35. And Pepsi's at 114. I sold it at 110 like last week. It's already at 114 right now. Could have made 14% instead of 10%. Oh, wow, I actually reached 114.77. Yeah, I'm very impatient. I tend to sell a little bit too early. Could have made more money. But also at the same time, you don't know. It could have gone the other way, and then I would have regretted not selling and not taking guaranteed profit. So it's just a different strategy. So, and remember, if you're going to open an account with Questrade, use my referral code that you'll find in the description below the video. So you can get between $25 and $250, depending on your initial investment. Thanks for watching.